Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. My name is Philip Schifflers. I'm the marketing manager for the Emotion Bus Solutions branch of Azimut Electronics. Today, we will be discussing a very interesting topic. We will be sharing what the European Regulation 2019-2144 is all about. We will see some of the key elements that are included inside this regulation, some of the most important dates to take into account. To get started, we could start by having a look at some of the numbers that we have currently inside the European Union. When it comes to safety inside roads and public spaces. Excuse me. So we can see that despite some initiatives, there is some improvement regarding road safety, but unfortunately, it's not enough. We can see that in the last 4 years, we've had a bit over 25,000 fatal accidents and about 135,000 accidents where people have been wounded. And this trend has been rather stable during the last 4 years. So as we know, every day we have more vehicles inside the roads. And not only that, but they're also shared by more pedestrians, by more I would say, alternative means of transportation, be it bicycles, scooters, electrical scooters, etc., etc. So the European Union has realized that this current focus is not enough to compensate the impact of this traffic increase. So they have come to the conclusion that the safety, vehicle safety, needs to improve as part of a global framework or a global safety approach inside roads and public spaces. So this is the reason why the European Union has come up with this with the EU regulation 2019-2144. I will read. This is text. This is the I would say the actual quotation that we find inside the European Union website. So the EU regulation comes to update the requirements for motor vehicles and their trailers and systems, components, and separate technical units intended for such vehicles, as regards their general safety and the protection of vehicle occupants and vulnerable road users. Okay, so for those of you who may have seen the document, you will know that it's a rather long, very long text, over a bit over 40 pages of text. We have, of course, tried to summarize the key points for you. So one of the, I would say, one of the interesting aspects of this regulation is that the whole scope of the text is very much focused on the European citizen. Okay, not only around the safety of the vehicles, be it buses, be it cars, trucks, and so on, but more around the safety of the European citizens, people, basically. From that point of view, the whole text is very much focused on the safety of people inside and outside of vehicles. Okay, so mainly passengers, drivers, and public space users, let's say. Okay. So what are some of the the solutions that are contemplated inside the European regulation? Well, we have there's different solutions, different yeah, little gadgets, items that we will start seeing in cars moving forward. So um, alcohol detectors, intelligent speed assistance, event recorders. That's something that we will touch during the webinar. It's a very interesting solution. I will be showing some of the examples. Driver status monitoring system. This is also something that we will be covering during the webinar, as well as the blind spot detection system, um, and other solutions that are, let's say, focused around the safety of people both inside and outside of vehicles. Great. So moving forward, what are some of the key dates that we need to keep in mind? Well, we have that in 2013 there was a first attempt at tackling this problem. Unfortunately, back in 2013, there were many companies that were still recovering from the financial crisis that we lived during 2007, 2008. So it was a good attempt. Unfortunately, it was not successful. But it set it was a very good first step in the right direction. So back in 2019, the EU made a second attempt, and here the regulation was approved. Moving forward to 2022, this is the milestone, the date where new vehicles must include these safety systems. And also the regulation has set the year 2024 as the limit to the limit where we need to start implementing these safety systems. So, moving into some of the solutions that we can help you cover here in at Azimut, we have the DSM, the driver status monitoring system, which basically it's a technology that is based on artificial intelligence and helps identify signs of fatigue and distraction, like smoking or phone usage while driving. Okay, so here we have some examples where we can see one example where the person is using the call, where it's showing signs of fatigue, or while the driver is smoking, or is distracted. The artificial intelligence recognizes when the driver is not doesn't have the eyes on the road, and this creates what we call an incident. So these incidents are then recorded into the live event recorder that we will see in the next couple of minutes. Another solution that is highlighted inside the European regulation is the BSD, the blind spot detection system, which helps drivers spot moving items such as vehicles, electrical scooters, bicycles, motorcycles in the let's say the areas where they have from very little to zero visibility. Okay, this is also a type of technology that works using artificial intelligence. Um, let's have a a look at an example here. So here we can see there's a little camera that is installed at the back of the vehicle. Okay, and it identifies, using artificial intelligence, it identifies moving items. Okay, so the system allows you to set a safety distance away from the vehicle, and when an object is, let's say, it gets closer to the vehicle, the driver receives an alert, both visual and acoustic, that helps them spot an item, that an item is too close to the vehicle. There is also the option of putting or let's say, warning the pedestrian through an acoustical sound that they are too close to the vehicle as well. So another solution that is mentioned inside the European regulation is the Advanced Driver Assistance System, also known as ADAS systems, which help reduce risks while driving. Okay, so it is, in a nutshell, this system helps prevent accidents linked to frontal collisions when there is a when the safety distance between our vehicle and the vehicle in front of us is broken. Okay, so involuntary lane changes, also moving pedestrians, all of these events are, which, as I mentioned before, they're called incidents. Every time one of these incidents takes place or happens, then this creates a recording inside the event recorder. Okay, so here, just to give you an example of what we mean, we can see here the safety distance between one vehicle and the other is broken. So this triggers an incident, which is then recorded inside the event recorder system. So here in the platform, we can see there's different elements. We have a visibility of what the incident, where the incident took place. Okay, we can see there in the map how close the vehicle was. Here, 12 meters. And at the bottom, we can see the speed at which the event was happening. Okay, so of course, this gives us a lot of information, which we can later use to prevent, right? To prevent this type of incidents from happening or from repeating themselves in the future. So speaking about the data recorder, here at Azimut, we have the live view platform, which of course helps you gather all of these isolated incidents, not only gather, but also record and to have access to them for further analysis. So here's another example of the blind spot detection, where you can see the artificial intelligence system helps spot pedestrians and moving objects. We also spoke about the distractions that the driver status monitoring system that uses artificial intelligence to recognize when a driver is distracted. This is also a type of incident that can be recorded. So moving inside the information that we find inside the platform, the live view platform, we can see how we can access information per day, per vehicle, per line, okay? And this, of course, helps us have a better understanding at the type of events that we can have in a certain bus, in a certain truck, in a certain line, etc., etc. There's, of course, a visibility of what happens both inside and outside of the vehicle. Okay. We can see here in this example the safety distance was broken, so this creates an incident, and this incident gets sent to the platform where it's stored and recorded for further analysis. Right. So as you can see, the platform also gives access to all of the data that we can we can later export, get information in a more, let's say, organized way by date, by seasonality, by lines, by vehicle, and of course all of this information helps us to make better decisions. So very useful there. So if there's of course more information inside our blog. I would invite you all to go to our blog and to read more about the European regulation, where you can find most of the elements that we have discussed during the webinar. So what to include inside our vehicles, what are some of the key dates that we should keep in mind, and of course a nice summary with all of the solutions that we have just discussed during the webinar. Great. So so this brings us to the end of the webinar. If you have any questions or you would like to schedule a demo, please feel free to reach out at our email, so our marketing at azimut.es, and we will be very happy to hear from you. Great. So thank you very much for attending the webinar. Wish you all a very good day. Thank you.